Hi friends, thanks for joining me for Yoga with Sarah Trapani. Here's a super chill, full body flow class. We'll take a little slower pace today, so grab your mat and let's relax. Let's go ahead and find ourselves on the back to start this practice in a centering meditation. So turn your palms to face up alongside the body and separate your heels a little bit. Let your toes flop open. Take an inhale through your nose. Exhale, let it out your mouth. And allow the floor to support and cradle your back body in this moment of serenity and connection to your mat, to your practice today, and letting everything else outside the space dissolve away. So you can arrive in the moment, arrive focusing on the natural flow of your breath today, the natural rhythm of the breath in and out of your nose. And if your mind wanders off or gets distracted, simply notice when that happens and then gently guide the focus back to your breath and back to your body today. We're going to rest the back of the head and trace a line along the nape of the neck, down and between the shoulder blades, all the way through the tip of the tail, letting your awareness flow through the central channel of your body. Take your hands together in front of your body into prayer position and rub your hands together to generate some warmth and friction. And then rest your hands anywhere on the torso that feels good to offer some healing energy from yourself to yourself. And what's your intention for practice today? What do you want to cultivate in this time on your mat? Let that intention help guide you today. As you inhale, take your arms overhead, take a big stretch. Bring your feet a little closer together. And then when you exhale, gently hug both knees in toward your body, and we'll give a little hug and rock and massage your lower back into the floor. Invite compassion for wherever you're at today, and trusting you can back off if you need to at any point in this practice. Trusting your own inner guide. And then we're going to go ahead and bring the feet on the floor, hip width distance apart, and cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh. Flex your right foot, and with hands on the belly, let your knees go over to the left a little bit, and then back to center and over to the right. And with that figure four, we'll move back and forth in this way a couple times, gently pressing that right inner knee away from your face. And when you bring your knees and your pelvis back to about center, thread the needle, slip your right hand in between that space in the legs, take hands in the left knee crease, and then extend your left foot up toward the ceiling. Point and flex through that left foot with a little micro bend in that left knee as you gather that left thigh toward your body, and gently press your right lower back and sitting bone toward the front of your mat. Linger here. Relax your shoulder joints. Keep returning to that quality of steadiness and ease in your breath and in your effort. And we'll draw that left thigh a little closer toward you, and then lightly uncross. Come into full happy baby, elbows on insides of knees, hands are reaching for the shins, the ankles, or the outside blades of the feet, and the soles of feet face the sky. Your heels are right over your knee joints, and you keep that long line flowing from crown to tail. When you exhale all the way out, press your lower back toward the floor. Then release your feet together. Let your knees splay open into recline bound angle pose. Sweep your arms out to a T. Turn your palms to face down and just give a little press of the hands into the floor. First finger and thumb press. Then squeeze your knees together and bring your feet on the ground. We're going to cross that left ankle on top of the right thigh, and then let your knees go to the right a little bit and back to center and over to the left. And you keep your arms out to a T, or you could rest your hands on your belly. Just do that a couple times back and forth, breathing. And when you come back to center, thread your left hand right between that space in your legs and slip your hands behind that right thigh bone. and press your right sole of the foot up toward the ceiling. Now draw that left inner knee away from your shoulder joint and look up at your right foot as you point and flex that foot. And as you use that interlace of your hands to gather your right thigh toward the body, keep pressing that left lower back and sitting bone toward the front of your mat. And we really want to relax in your upper body, in your shoulders, in your rib cage. And hug the legs a little closer. And uncross. Bring your feet on the ground. Take your feet mat width distance apart and start to windshield wiper the knees from side to side. And we're going to roll the knees over to the right hand side and roll yourself over onto the fetal position, resting the head on the crook of the arm. Take a moment to pause and slowly press up to sit when you're ready. Finding yourself sitting tall in an upright seat, draw your shoulders down the back and then lean back just slightly so the belly draws in toward the spine. And then we're going to lean forward and roll over the knees, making your way into a tabletop position. Coming onto all fours, take the tops of the feet flat. Spread your fingers wide. We're going to extend that right foot straight back and touch the top of your right foot down. And then lift your right heel and then lower that right foot. And then lift and point and lower. Elbows are soft. Lift up the belly, lift that heel. Good. And one more lift and flex. Then bring that right toe over to the left, crossing those thigh bones like an X. Look over your left shoulder and lift that right thigh bone up. As you inhale, lift your right heel. And as you exhale, we're going to bring that right knee toward the upper arm. Give it a squeeze. And then extend that right heel straight back. Look forward. Roll those right toes down. Then lift that left knee and extend the left foot straight back into plank. Then soften your knees and come up into downward facing dog. Got my cozy sweater on today. So we're going to let the head hang and shake your head out. Pedal out your feet and find that meditative quality in downward facing dog, finding the length of the sitting bones. Breathing smoothly. And then effortlessly wave into a plank. Bring your knees down, and we're going to extend that left foot straight back, top of the foot resting. Then lift the left heel and top of that foot down. And lift the heel and rest it down. And lift and flex. Bring that left toe across, crossing the thigh bones like an X. Look over your right shoulder at those tucked left toes. Lift that left inner thigh up into the body. Breathe in that left side waist. And then on your inhale, lift that left heel. When you exhale, squeeze that left knee high up towards your upper arm. Then extend your left heel straight back. Roll the toes down. Then lift that right knee and press the right heel back into plank. Soften your knees and sweep your hips up into downward dog. Couple breaths there. From downward dog, wave into plank and bring your knees down. Take your feet flat on your exhale. Come into child's pose. Tented fingers press through the tops of the feet. Step your right foot through right between the hands. Then come on up. With hands interlaced on top of that right thigh, come on up, pressing through the top of your left foot and lifting up your chest gently. Spread the right toes. Sink the hips down a little bit, then scissor the inner thighs in and up, bringing that left hip about over the knee. Now we're going to start to turn the hips toward the lengthwise side of your mat and slide your left toes back behind your knee so that your hips are squaring toward the lengthwise side of your mat, and you're going to turn your right heel out so the right foot's parallel with the outside, with the front of your mat, the top of your mat. That was easy enough to explain. Now slide your right hand down toward the outer right thigh, down toward the outer right heel, coming toward a gatekeeper pose. We're going to sweep that left arm up and overhead, looking at that right foot. Take an inhale in the left side body, When you exhale, press that left palm away. Then gently reach your left fingertips for the outside of your left heel or calf, and then sweep your right arm up and over and stretch. If you're unable to get the heel or the calf, you can just take that hand to the outside of the thigh. Good. Breathing, spiraling that right inner arm toward your ear, and look at your left knee. Find the inhale spacious in that right rib, then turn the right palm away and press it down and come on back to center. And we're going to turn toward the front of your mat and then kick that left toe out. Take the top of your left foot flat and sink the hips again. Look forward or up. Inhale. Exhale, lift the hips and scooch that right foot back. Take your feet flat and come into child's pose. And then just stand up on your knees for a moment. Let the shoulder blades glide down the back. Lift up, turn your palms forward on the inhale, look up. Exhale back to neutral, hips to heels. Tuck your toes. Take tented fingers. We're going to take a big step forward with the left foot. And then come on up, interlacing your hands on top of that left thigh. Sink your hips and lift up your chest. Inner thighs scissor apart. Then draw the inner thighs up toward the belly. Lift your right hip over the knee, and then turn your hips and turn your right toes behind the knee, and then spin that outer left heel down. And coming into gatekeeper with the left fingertips sliding toward the outer left heel, reach your right arm up and over and look to the left baby toe. Spread that left baby toe on the inhale. Right side body opens with the breath. Exhale, press that right palm away down through space till the right fingertips lightly touch the calf or the Achilles tendon or heel area. If that's too much, right hand can be on the outer right thigh. And then we'll slide that left arm up and over, reach the left fingertips away from that outer left foot. Inhale, left side body, outer hip. Exhale, press that left palm away. Come on up and start to turn. Left toes point toward the front of your mat. Come into a runner's lunge again. Sink the inner thighs, look forward, maybe up. And then this time, we're going to slide that left foot back, come up into another downward dog, just pedal out the feet. Inhale, exhale, let it out. Walk your hands slowly toward your toes, coming into that forward fold. Bending your knees generously to bring the belly over the thighs. And we can take our hands onto the lower back and take a pause there. Or interlace the fingers and wring the arms away from the back, letting the head dangle right down between the feet. Then start to slowly draw the belly in and come on up. Find Tadasana for a moment. Feeling the crown of the head lifting up. Knees a little bit soft. Then start to bend the knees very, very deeply and start to melt your belly down over the thighs. Bring your hands in front of your toes and start to walk your hands back till you come into a plank pose. And then we'll bring the knees down, cross the ankles, and sit behind the heels. Find a cross-legged seat. Sitting tall and upright in a meditative cross-legged seat. Feel the sitting bones dropping down and the crown of the head lifting up, really broad through the front of the chest. Nose over navel. We're going to start to draw the belly in, and then slowly, with the belly drawing in, make your way down onto the back with the ankles crossed and resting your hands on the belly. Find the space of the inhale in and out. Draw your knees in, cross your other ankle on top, let the knees open out into this cross-legged Baddha Konasana. Just a moment there. Then knees in, feet on the floor, hip width distance apart. Press through your left foot and squeeze that right thigh in toward the side rib. And then take a half happy baby, reaching for the outside edge of the right foot and a deep bend in the right knee. Slide your left leg out straight and let your left palm face up. And if it feels good on your body, you can press your right heel out straight, taking this Supta Ekahasta Padangustasana. It's a reclined hand to toe pose. Deep inner thigh groin opening. And we'll come back through a half happy baby. And then step your left foot on the ground and cross your right thigh bone all the way on top of the left thigh bone. And just wag your knees side to side a couple times, massaging out your back. And then uncross, bring both feet on the ground and hug your left knee in. Give it a squeeze. And then half happy baby. You can slide your right heel out straight if that feels good. Right palm just rests alongside the body. You can press that left heel open any amount toward half of a V, rolling the left toes toward the floor. But don't overdo. Keep heavying that right thigh bone down, keeping your shoulder blades relaxed. And bending that left knee deeply. Stepping your right foot on the ground, cross your left leg over on top of your right. Palms face up, and just wag the knees back and forth, massaging out your back. When you bring your sacrum back to center, lift your feet. You can hook your left toes underneath. And just pause there, letting the knees fall away and drawing your belly toward the spine to activate your core. And then uncross, cross the other on top. It's eagle legs, Garudasana legs. Draw that lower belly toward the floor. And then other one on top. Knees away a little bit. And then other one on top. Keep that lower back connected to the ground. Other one on top. Good, and other one on top. And then uncross, bring your feet mat width distance. Knees knock in to touch. Take a pause here in this restorative constructive rest, and this is going to be our final meditation for today. You can press through your feet and just kind of engage and squeeze your gluteals to lift your lower back for a moment, and then let it lay down. And let go of holding, let go of effort, let the floor cradle and support the process of letting go in the body and in the joints. And breathe smoothly. Inhales inviting vitality and life. And exhales allowing you to release stress and anything at all that's not serving you anymore, falling away with every exhale. Remembering your intention for practice. Starting to windshield wiper the knees and inviting, again, compassion for wherever you're at. Honoring and trusting your own inner intuition, always available in the stillness. And when your knees come back to center, we're going to hug the knees in. Cross either ankle on top, stretch your arms overhead. Imagine you're taking a reset and you can kick your feet up toward the sky. Inhale and exhale, either ankle crossed on top, roll to the side, either side, and come on up to sit. Finding yourselves again upright, sitting tall, shoulder blades relaxed. Thanking yourself for showing up. Bring your hands to heart center, and I'm wishing you joy, peace, health, strength, courage, and trust on the journey, and also clarity and peace of mind. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much, and like, share, subscribe, hit that super thanks. It means a lot to me, and I'll see you next time. Take care.